everybody, and welcome to Racing from
Delaware Park.
Delaware Park, my favorite racetrack. I hope it's yours. I've been to a lot of them, so I have a lot to compare with. Been to most of the tracks on the East Coast and a couple on the West Coast, Bay Meadows, Santa Anita, Hollywood. Two of those aren't in existence anymore. Been to the track in Australia, Canterbury, not the one in Minnesota, the one in Sydney. Been to a track in Singapore. And I can say I like Delaware Park the best. Now, I like Saratoga, but you know what? They don't have any air conditioning. And when the races are over, it takes you 5.5 hours to get home. You come to Delaware Park on a hot August day, you have air conditioning, and you're probably home in 20 minutes or less. So, you take the good with the bad. Anyway, my name's Rich Glazier, and I'm here to host the show of the replays of the races that were run on Monday. And it was a pretty nice day here as we had just entered summer, a couple days into the summer, and the weather was perfect today, kind of like a spring day or an early autumn day. No humidity, a nice crisp breeze blowing. And let's see, the main track was fast, and the turf course was firm for our two turf races. We only had 8 races today, so we don't have to rush through anything. And Bungie, our friend from up above, has not made a pick for a couple days now. He hasn't liked anything, but word is he's got something for Wednesday. Let's see, does he come down? Bungie. Bungie. You snuck up on me. This is him. It's Bungie, the horse that gives me picks for the next racing day. He's done it for 13 years. Doesn't seem that long, does it? And he's shown a profit 12 years. What happened on that other year? Can't be perfect. He had a real good year last year, and so far this year, his record is 4 picks, 0 wins. You need to stop that, Bungie. You need to get a winner right now. What do you have for us for Wednesday? Benavida. Benavida will run on the turf here Wednesday, and Bungie thinks that's the one that will win. Well, you need to get a winner here. He started off last year 0 for 10. Came out $126 ahead, so maybe he's just a slow starter. Kind of like some of the hitters on the Phillies. They don't start hitting until it gets warm out. All right, well, it's warm out and it's summertime. Time for some wins. Yes, he wants to do a helicopter exit. There you go. All right, that's the end of that. So now let's get started with the races. At 1:15, these horses went to the post. And there's a look at them, and then once they get in the gate, Mr. John Kern will tell you what happens.
We're about set. And they're off. El Garo Azteca breaks one on the far outside, goes for that lead, but Dynamic Dude on the inside quickly to the front. Dynamic Dude now leads it by a length. Return Video speeds up with the rail in a second, followed by El Guerrero Azteca and Brazen Dancer side by side. A length and a half further back, that's Do With Pride, and the trailer as they pass the half-mile marker is I'm Running Late. And hopefully he will, as they make their way into the turn. On the front end, it's Dynamic Dude by a half. Return Video still right there in second. A length and a half further back to El Guerrero Azteca, who's making up some ground in third. Brazen Dancer's going evenly in fourth. Then a gap of 4 lengths to Do With Pride, and far back to I'm Running Late. Quarter to go. Return the Video on the inside, up on the outside, Dynamic Dude. They're head-to-head as they turn for home. El Guerrero Azteca's wide around the bend. Lost a bit of ground there. At the top of the stretch, Dynamic Dude now to the front by a length. On the inside, it's Return Video trying to battle back. Up on the outside, El Guerrero Azteca, and down along the rail, Do With Pride's coming with a run. Trying to hold on, Dynamic Dude, but here comes Do With Pride on the inside with a rail rally, getting up for the win. Tight for a second, El Guerrero Azteca, I think, edging out Dynamic Dude.
And the rail ride wins for Do With Pride for Johan Rosado. 880, 460, 260. Second was El Guerrero Azteca for Kios, 380, 260. And third was Dynamic Dude with Cintron, 360. Exacta 2840, the Tri 11120, and the Superfecta 13340. On to the second race. Scratch the 3. And is there a baby in the other room? I'm hearing somebody talk like a baby. All right, anyway, here we go.
We're about set. And they're off. Our Jolly Dreamer breaks well, but on the inside, feeling groovy, spurts right to the front. Our Jolly Dreamer going along in second now, up on the outside. That's Connemara Coast, those three across the track. Right behind them, It's a Trend toward the inside. Up on the outside, Molten Steel, and about 6 lengths further back, Instant Replay is your trailer. The first 5 are well grouped with a half mile to go. Our Jolly Dreamer sticks a neck in front. On the inside, it's Feelin' Groovy. Up on the outside, Connemara Coast. Those three still across the track. 2 lengths to It's a Trend and Molten Steel, and far back to Instant Replay. As they race into the bend, our Jolly Dreamer, Connemara Coaster side by side. Feelin' Groovy's drop back a bit in third, followed by It's a Trend and Molten Steel, and still way back to Instant Replay. They've got a quarter to go, and the favorites are hooking up in a duel. On the inside are Jolly Dream, on the outside, Connemara Coast. Those two are head-to-head as we turn for home, and Connemara Coast now to the front by a half. Our Jolly Dreamers trying to battle back. 5 lengths further back to It's a Trend. With a 16th to go, it's Connemara Coast, and Carol Cedeno, who was red hot on Saturday, and she picks up where she left off, wins this by 3.5. Oh, we have a horse went down at the 70-yard marker. That was the one, Feelin' Groovy, went down.
Connemara Coast taking that one for a red-hot ride. And Cece, Carol Cedeno, she had 4 wins on Saturday, and she's already won 1 here today. This one for Scott Lake. I think as we speak, Cedeno is the leading jockey, Lake is the leading trainer. We'll start doing the standings once they separate themselves a little bit. Home Team Stables, the owner, 540, 210, 210. Our Jolly Dreamer with McCarthy, 210, 210. And third was It's a Trend for Ryan Powell, $3. Exacta 740, Try 3020, Double 3360. Super, $24.10. To the third we go, and the third race begins the exciting Pick 5, where you pick the winners of the next 5 races. Sometimes the rewards are great. And we had a field of 6 because the 1 was a late scratch, it looks like, here in the third. And here's Mr. Kern with the call.
And they're off. Pretty good start for them all. Beyond It breaks well on the far outside. Shoots for that lead. Also right there toward the inside, Twilight at Windsor, and right between them, that's Pine Bluff Indy as they make their way down the back stretch. Flamingo Chick has the rail, followed by Gemma Dixie and Fiery Flower the trailer. On the outside, Beyond It, on the inside, Twilight at Windsor heads apart. Toward the inside is Flamingo Chick. Up on the outside, Gemma Dixie running 3 wide. Followed by Pine Bluff Indy, and Fiery Flower continues the trail. Beyond It now shakes free, pursued by Gemma Dixie as they race into the turn. Twilight at Windsor trying to hang in there in third. Then a gap of 3 to Pine Bluff Indy and Flamingo Chick. Fiery Flower at the back. Favorites hooking up with a quarter to go. On the outside, Gemma Dixie seems to have the momentum. Beyond It toward the inside, trying to fight back as they head for home. It's all Gemma Dixie with a furlong to go. Widening with every stride. Gemma Dixie in total command under Shannon Uski will win as the rider pleases, as they say, will be eased up in the final 16th. Gemma Dixie in front by about 9 or 10. Beyond It easily second best, followed by Fiery Flower up for third, and it's going to be tight for fourth. Twilight at Windsor
Gmo Dixie taking that one for Shannonowski and Peter Goyas for George Santos, or Santis, $4, 240, 210. Bionda was second with Garcia, 240, 210. Fiery Flower with Cedeno was third, 340. The exact in the third, $7.60 to try 23.40. The double 10.20 to pick 337.90, and that super 57.80. On we go to the fourth. Field of 7 to go here in race number 4. And here's Mr. Curran with the call.
In there, off. Fire Moon does fire away from the outside. In between horses, Hopkins Choice down along the rail, moving up. Quickly, that's Fleet Cruiser as they make their way down the back stretch. Fleet Cruiser on the inside, Hopkins Choice is right there pressuring on the outside. It's a gap of 3.5 to Fire Moon, followed by Anonym. Then a gap of 4 more to Asphalt Paving, followed by Mutarami. And the trailer is Loud, about 15 lengths off the lead as they speed into the bend. Opening quarter, 22-2. Fleet Cruiser leads it by 1.5 lengths. Hopkins Choice is still right there in second, 4 lengths further back to Fire Moon, trying to move up with the rail. Then a gap of 3 lengths further back to Anonym. Up on the outside, that's Mutarami. Next in line, Asphalt Paving as they head for home. Fleet Cruiser now leads it by about 1.25 lengths. Hopkins Choice is right there in second. Down to the inside, Fire Moon. Up on the outside, late rally from Asphalt Paving. Wide open, 6 across the track. But going best of all, Asphalt Paving is going by them all. Asphalt Paving is drawing away out in the center of the track. Looks like Mutarami closed well for second. Going to be tight for third on the inside. I believe Anonym over.
Asphalt Paving ran them all down, running like on asphalt. Hey, welcome back, Victor Carrasco. He was out with an injury, just recently back. Good to see him back in the winner's circle here at Delaware. Victor Carrasco. For Claudio Gonzalez and Roddy Valente, $5.20, $3.240. Mutarami for Cedeno, $4.20, $3. Anonymous, or no, Anomen, you know who I mean, with Rosado, $5. The exact at 27, the try 176.40, the double 13.40, pick 3 25.80, pick 4 92.10, super 383.50. As we move to the fifth, that's our first of 2 turf races today. And the turf was firm. The rail's out 35 feet. I imagine they'll keep it out until the Delaware Oaks and Delaware Handicap weekends. We've never this year have run on the true rail yet, so it's nice and pristine and fresh. But for now, we're 35 feet out. The turf is firm. Scratch the 9, 10, and 11. And what do you say? We watch them go on the grass.
And they're off. Die Hard Die breaks well up on the outside. Cross Currents on the move. Aquatine toward the outside as they come by the finish line the first time. Favorite Die Hard Die engaged by Cross Current for that lead. Devastating Move also tugging at the bit, has to be a bit restrained there to try to save ground toward the inside of horses. Majestic Voyage in between, caught 3 wide. That's Aquatine. Down toward the inside, Maccabee saving ground nicely, followed by Change of View, and your trailer is Catmore Bridge. Cross Current will show the way around the bend. Opening quarter in 24-2. Cross Current leads it by 1.5 lengths. Die Hard Dies in a good stalking spot second. Devastating Move has settled down a bit, but is on the outside. Down toward the inside, looking to move up. That is Maccabee with the rail. Majestic Voyage is in between horses as they make their way down the back stretch. They've got just over a half mile to go, and it's still Cross Current dictating the tempo by almost 2 over Die Hard Die, then Maccabee, Majestic Voyage. Aquatine still up there with a 3-wide Journey going. Devastating Move is in amongst that group, followed by Change of View, and the trailer still is Catmore Bridge. Half in a comfortable 48 and 4, identical quarters into the turn, and Cross Current still to catch. Die Hard Days now making a run. Maccabee with a rail rally. Next in line, Majestic Voyage. Change of View has moved up from the back, angles to the outside now, and is putting in a bit of a run as they turn for home. Die Hard Die and Cross Current head to head. A gap of 3 lengths. The Change of View is trying to close in third. To the inside, Maccabee still with a shot. On the outside, here comes Change of View with Forest Boy rolling. Down to the inside, it's Cross Current, and between them, Die Hard Die, Change of View, Die Hard Die, Cross Current. Those trio to the wire, and Change of View will get the nod, upsetting the field. Die Hard Die second.
Change of View. You know, I played this one real smart. There was 2 circles in the race, the 4 and the 8. I said, the 8's got no shot. I'll just bet the 4. And the winner was the 8, Change of View. But it's the offspring of Bullet Train, who was a half to Frankel, one of my favorite sires, and was the undefeated horse from Europe. Forest Boyce rode this one beautifully for Catherine Nielsen and owner Irvin Naylor. Oh, well, that's all right, Rich. It didn't pay much. 48.60, 12.20, and 7 even. Die Hard Die was second with Koa, 360, 260. Cross Current with McCarthy was third, 340. Nice prices here. The exacta 257.60. The try 849 even. The double $180.60. The pick 3 237.50, and the super 2,601.70. So, offspring of Bullet Train wins on the turf here at Delaware. Now we go to the 6th race. Scratch the 1 and the 7. This one back on the main track at 5.5 furlongs. Track is fast if you're just joining us. And here's John.
And they're off. And toward the inside, Great Harbor K breaks well, goes right for that lead, but Golden Ray up on the outside. Ray and K are ding-dong into the first furlong. They're setting up a speed duel, then a gap of 5 lengths to the Speedy Mexican, followed by We Were Kings, Rasta Friend, and the trailer is El Tocayo. They've got a half mile to go as they race into the turn. On the front end, it's Golden Ray by a length and a half. Trying to battle back and angle to the outside, it's Great Harbor K trying to re-engage that one. Then a gap of 2 lengths to the Speedy Mexican. We Were Kings is gaining some ground in fourth, followed by Rasta Friend and El Tocayo. It's still Golden Ray and Great Harbor K going at it. They've got about 3 lengths on Speedy Mexican, and We Were Kings out in the center of the track as they turn for home. Golden Ray edging away by 3 lengths from McCarthy. Great Harbor K couldn't keep up on the outside. We Were Kings trying to kick it in toward the inside. El Tocayo with a 16th to go. It's Golden Ray holding sway. Golden Ray will prevail. Will win it by about 4 or 5 lengths. We Were Kings getting second, followed by El Tocayo and Great Harbor K.
And Golden Ray taking that one easily for Clever Trevor. Trevor McCarthy for the red-hot trainer Jorge Navarro. Tearing him up at Monmouth, doing right well here. Ron Hendrickson, the owner, 280, 210, 210. We Were Kings with Cedeno, 260, 220. El Tocayo for Panero, 380. The exacta 580, the try $26, the double 83.20, the pick 3 132.30, and the super $29.90.
Claims.
Yes, claim person. It was the 2 was claimed. Great Harbor K. Great Harbor K by Jamie Ness. All right. As we look at the field for the 7th, let me tell you something. You know, a lot of people say, hey, I can't get your show anymore. I got Fios. Hey, I can't get your show anymore. I moved to Pennsylvania. Hey, I can't get your show anymore. I don't have Comcast. Well, now you can watch it on YouTube. That's right. Every night it's on early, maybe 7:30 sometimes. And I understand we've been getting lots of hits. So a lot of people have found the replay show on YouTube. Well, that's another thing they say, by the way. Hey, Rich, you can't stay up till 11. Well, now you don't have to. So you go to YouTube, Delaware Park, and you can watch this show every night earlier than you're used to. Maybe before the Phillies game even starts. Or maybe in the first few innings when you know they'll win until they go to the bullpen. All right, now let's go to the field for the 7th, which was our second turf race of the day. And the turf, as I said earlier, was firm. Scratch all the also eligibles, 9 on down. Here's Mr. Kern with the call.
And they're off. Odlum toward the inside away well. Noble Addiction is there with Flower Punch and up on the outside. That's Indebted. Those four cross the track as they race into the first turn. Settling in nicely, Galaxy's Express on the inside. Astute Warrior right alongside in 5th and 6th as they make their way around the bend, followed by Bellows, and Wildman is at the back. Odlum will show the way around the turn, leads it by about 2.5 lengths. Noble Addiction racing in second, well rated there. A length and a half further back to Flower Punch. Indebted moves up on the outside. Opening quarter went in 24 seconds flat. Then 2 lengths further back to Astute Warrior, Galaxy Express toward the inside, followed by Bellows, and your trailer is still Wild Man. As they move down the Delaware backstretch on the front end, it's long shot Odlum by half a length. Noble Addiction now challenging for that lead with a half mile to go. Sitting in a perfect position, Flower Punch racing in third, followed by Indebted in 4th. Astute Warrior angles of the inside in 5th, and a gap of 3 to Galaxy Express, Bellows, and Wild Man. About 9 or 10 top to bottom, half 47 seconds flat. Around the bend they go, and Noble Addiction is taken over from Odlum. Leads it by almost 2 lengths. Flower Punch chasing, Astute Warrior on the move. Indebted going to be caught 4 wide, now angles of the inside as they turn for home with Noble Addiction to catch. The 6 win in 11 and 4. Noble Addiction leads it by about 3 lengths. Astute Warrior kicking in on the outside. On the inside is Flower Punch. Late rally from Indebted, but it's Noble Addiction got the jump, and they're not going to catch Noble Addiction and Jesus Bracho to win this one by 2 1/4. Astute Warrior getting second, Flower Punch third. Indebted rounds out your super.
Noble Addiction taking that one with Jesus Bracho for Shireen Bracho. And the Drift Rock Farm, mild upset here. $16 to win, $6.80 to place, $4.60 to show. Number 7 in the 7th ran second today, Astute Warrior for Angel Suarez, $4 and $3. And completing the trifecta was Flower Punch with Cedeno, $4 to show. So your 7th race exact payoff was $64. The try $350.60. The double $40.60. The pick 3 $461.50. The pick 5 again pays pretty well, $2,822.90, and the super $510.30. And that takes us to the 8th and final, and it's for the Arabians. Only an 8 race card today. We've got 10 on Wednesday, so, and I believe 3 turf races too. And one of them's a mile and a half, so that's almost like having 4 turf races. So get ready for a big day Wednesday, but meanwhile, we still have this 8th race to watch. The favorite was the 1 entry, Big Ben and Prince William. As I said in the paddock today, if you have 2 kids named Ben and William, there's your hunch bet right there. So let's see if the entry does it or it'll be somebody else. Here's John with the nightcap.
And they're off. To the inside, Big Ben away well. Omega's up there with RB Texas Hold'em. All vying for that top spot down the back stretch. Big Ben in front by maybe ahead. In between horses, That is Song of Praise up on the outside. RB Texas Hold'em as they make their way down the back stretch. Then a gap of 3 lengths further back to Omega. Toward the outside, Foxy Roxy is there. Prince William has the rail, and the trailer into the turn is Genova Joe. 3/8 to go. On the front end, RB Texas Hold'em on the outside, and Big Ben on the inside are still dueling. They've got about 6 or 7 lengths on Foxy Roxy. Then comes Omega, Prince William, always Song of Praise, and Genova Joe with a quarter to go. The favorites are hooked up. RB Texas Hold'em on the outside. Now opens up about 1.5 lengths on Big Ben. It's about 6 more lengths to Prince William, followed by Foxy Roxy as they turn for home, getting out around the bend. Running erratically is RB Texas Hold'em all over the track. Now veering in, Big Ben racing in second. 5 lengths further back to Prince William. It's RB Texas Hold'em. In front, Big Ben will have to settle for second, followed by stablemate Prince William. Then came Foxy Roxy, and for the Super, it'll be Omega.
And the nightcap goes to weaving in and out Texas Hold'em. I hope everybody in the poker room had this one. Texas Hold'em went wide and came in. There was an objection, but she was clear. K-Barcoa aboard for Ernesto Torres. 540, 220, 220. Then the entry ran second and third. Big Ben for Rodriguez, Pablo Rodriguez, also trained by Torres. 210, 210. And third was the other half of the entry, Prince William for Cedeno. And so Torres sweeps the top 3 finishes there in the nightcap. So the exotics, the exacta paid $7. The try, which went down to the 4, $17.60. The double, $53.80. The pick 3, $51. The pick 4, $1,032.30. And the super, which went to the 5, $26.90. And that is a wrap for the 8-race card on Monday. Only one thing left to tell you business-wise was how it was business-wise today. On an 8-race card, still managed to do $1,283,712. So not bad on this Monday 8-race card on a beautiful day.
2820.
Okay. Need I remind you that Tuesday's a dark day, but plenty of simulcasting and plenty of sports betting. And then back in action Wednesday with our 10-race card, as well as Belmont and other tracks also running on Wednesday. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good night.